If you are looking for a last-minute Christmas gift, then a little corner bookmark is a perfect choice, and today I'm going to show you how to make it. Welcome to Epida Studio. My name is Elizabeth, and I help you make beautiful things with quilting, embroidery, and embroidery. So a corner bookmark is a quick and easy project. It doesn't take a lot of materials, and it can be easily personalized for the person that you're going to give it to, whether it's somebody else or whether it's for yourself. Now, all you need for this is 3 squares of fabric and just 3 squares the same size. And the most common size is somewhere between 3 and 4.5 inches. So you can be flexible with the fabric that you have, the fabric pieces that you have, but somewhere in there is a good size. And the way this works is this is a little pocket that will just slide over the pages in your book, so it will mark your space. Now this is made with 3 squares, so there's 1 square on the back, 1 square on the front, and 1 square is this little fold. So to assemble it, you just take your 3 squares, and these can be the same fabric, they can be 3 different fabrics, it can be whatever you want. And you take the one that you want to be the fold or the flap, and you fold that in half on the diagonal. And then you just layer them. So you start with the one that is going to be the inside fabric, and then you put the fold on top. So this is just the way it's going to be in the finished piece. And then you take your back fabric and you put that right sides together with the other fabric. So you have a little sandwich with the fold in the middle, and the inside and the outside fabrics are right sides together. And then you just hold them together, and you can use these little clips or pins, but it's good to hold it together because these can easily shift as you are sewing, so you want something to hold it. And then you're gonna, at the sewing machine, sew with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around, leaving a gap of 1.5-ish so that you can turn it inside out. So I'm gonna go take that to the sewing machine and sew all the way around. So here's what it looks like now that I've sewn all the way around. And this gap that I left, it might be a bit on the small side, but we'll see how that works out. But just before we turn it inside out, I'm going to snip off the corners, and that will just help it to lay flat. So I'm just snipping off the excess, not cutting the stitching, but just beyond the stitching corner. So I'll cut those off, and then I will turn it right side out. And if it's getting a little bit tight, I can always just take out a couple of stitches, but I think it's going to work. Okay, so here's what it's looking like, and I can use a the tip of my scissors, or I can use a chopstick, knitting needle, something to push out the corners. Now, here's what I have. You might remember that when I was laying them, I wanted this to be the fabric on the back and this to be the fabric on the inside. Well, I can easily just flip that corner around, and now that's what I have. So if you turn it inside out and it looks like your fabrics are in the wrong order, remember that you can easily flip this around. So now I just have this little hole at the bottom. I'm going to take that to ironing board and just press the whole thing so that it's nice and flat. And I'll be pressing these seam allowances to the inside. And then at the sewing machine, I can just top stitch all the way around the edge, and that will give it a nice clean finish, and it will close this edge up. So there's what that looks like with the edge stitching that holds it all together, and it can be used. So this is a quick and easy project, and you can customize it with your favorite colors, but this is also great if you have a little bit more time to customize with embroidery. So you could put embroidery, you could embroider a little initial on there, you could put embroidery on this side. That is a really nice way to even further customize this for someone. So if you were going to do this with embroidery, you would make it the same way, but I personally would do the embroidery before I put it together. And the way I would do is I would embroider even before I cut out the piece. So I'm going to do something on this green fabric, and for this one I'm going to do maybe a 3.5 inch square. So I'm going to use a pen and I'm going to draw it right on here. And I am drawing on the right side of the fabric because I want to be able to see my lines. And so I'm drawing the square right on there. And so now I can see the square. So if I was going to use this for the back of the piece, then I could just use this as a guide and do my embroidery on there. But if I'm going to do it on the front fold, then I would also need to mark the diagonal line. So I'll mark the diagonal line. So I know this is going to be the fold. And then I would either have to pay attention, or I can mark on to know that for about 3/8 of an inch inside the corner, I don't want any stitching in there. So I know this is my little stitching area that I'm going to work with. So I would mark that on there, and then I could take this fabric, put it in the hoop, do the embroidery, and then after the embroidery is done, I can come back and cut that out into the square. So here's a piece, it has a little embroidered initial on it, and now I can fold that in half, and so we can see how that's going to look in the finished piece. And I'm going to use 3 different fabrics for this one. I'm going to have this green on the flap, and then I'll put that with red on the inside, and I'm going to have this nice floral on the back. So I'll make that in just the same way. I will put the layers together and make sure that it's right size to the inside of the fabric, and then I'll hold it together with clips. And then when I'm stitching and I'm leaving the gap for turning, I want to leave the gap for turning on one of the sides that doesn't have that little flap in. So I will do the same thing. I'll stitch it, turn it inside out, press, and top stitch. So there's what that one looks like with embroidery, and so that's a really nice personal touch. And this embroidery is just done with whipped backstitch. So if you want to know how to do that, I do have a full video that shows how to do that. And this is in 2 colors. So the white with the red, it kind of looks like a candy cane, but of course you can do that in whatever colors you want. So whether you do embroidery or you just use one fabric or a bunch of different fabrics, this is a quick and easy project that doesn't take a lot of time and it doesn't take a lot of materials. So this is a perfect last minute gift. For more quilting and embroidery tutorials, patterns, and inspiration, you can check out my website, epidastudio.com.